we had the, for example, manager of a company. Then we have employee, and we have naive or simple users here. The manager, or let me add one other one. I want to have this exact. Oh no, you don't have to define all of this. And here we have data. For example, data or application, data 1, data 2, data 3. Here, the manager class of security is top secret. The employee is, for example, secret. Naive user is confidential. We don't have unclassified here. We can have what I didn't mention. And here data 1 is top secret, data 2 secret, confidential, or unclassified. Unclassified, it means it can be shown to public. Well, the manager is top secret. So the manager can have access to all of this data. And can read this. Now I want to use another color because I want to. Then we have employee who is secret in secret level and can just read this information. And we have naive user who can, because he or she is in a level confidential level, so he or she can read this. Here we have privilege. In writing privilege, it's different. I will write the write privilege and then come back to this page again. Here we have again manager, employee, and user, and here D1, sorry, D2, D3. Again, the level top secret, secret, confidential, here top secret, secret, confidential, and unclassified. For writing, the manager can just write here. Employee can write here and here. And the user can write here, here, and here. In this example, no one can write here. Can write in classified. There is an explanation for here why it is so. Why some user who is confidential, is in a lower level, right, it means changing information or add information in a database. Here we say right. Okay. Let me explain this to you. If you have a manager here who has access to top secret data, so the manager can see, can read information from data one. Okay, raise your hand please, so I can give you microphone. If you have questions. Yes.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Thank you. I have a question containing 3 parts in the same question. That's 3 questions.
Yes, please.
Okay. Who authorizes the classification for the users? The top secret, the secret, the confidential, and the other part.
Yes.
Is the admin or the head of the
Yes.
institution will give the computer, for example, the assistant, the computer assistant or the computer engineer, will tell them that, for example, Mrs. Kamarnaz, she will be a top secret. You will give her all the privilege, where, for example, Mr. Qasim will be secret, Mr. Layth will be confidential, Mr. Majid will be another user. This is my first part of my question, my question.
Okay. We ask the second part, and I will answer you.
Okay. The second part of my question, let me say that the head of the institution, the academy, the business company, whoever give the classification, who gave me the order to make Mrs. Kamarnaz the top secret person, the other person is secret and confidential and other. Do I still have access and privilege to change those classification anytime? Because I'm just, for example, a programmer or computer engineer, but I still have all the privilege to change the classification anytime that wanted by the head of my institution. Thank you.
Well, you are welcome. Here were 2 questions. Who defines the classes and who can change classes and when? Here we have 2 main persons in the database system. First is
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I think Mr. Qasim would like to translate your review session.
Okay, yes. Yes, please, Mr. Qasim.
Thank you, Doctor. هون بالنسبة لمستويات السماحيات احنا قلنا لك راح تشتغل على نظام خليها هاي ببالك. الفئات شنو هو؟ التوب سيكريت، السيكريت، الكونفيدنشال والانكلاسيفايد او البوبل. هذا التصنيف يمشي على 2، على السبجكت وعلى الاوبجكت. زين؟ شلون ضربت الدكتورة المثال بأنه مدير الدائرة عنده سماحيات توب سيكريت، يقدر يشوف أو يقرأ الجميع. ليش؟ لأنه من فئة التوب سيكريت، فيقدر يشوف التوب سيكريت والسيكريت والكونفيدنشال والانكلاسيفايد. الامبلوي اعطته سماحيات سيكريت، فما راح يشوف بس اللي بمستوى ولا اقل من عنده. زين؟ اليوزر اعطته سماحيات كونفيدنشال سري او امني، راح يشوف نفسه واللي اقل من عنده البيانات الاعتياديه. هاي بالنسبه لمعاينه البيانات حسب فئته هو. يشوف البيانات، ايضا يشوف البيانات هم الها فئه تنتمي لها. اذا كان مسموح له يطب على هاي الفئه يطب عليها ويشوفها، وإذا ما مسموح له يشوف البيانات اللي ضمن فئته أو أقل من عندها. هذا بالنسبة لقراءة البيانات أو استطلاع البيانات. طبعا هذا مستوى عالي من السرية، مرات حتى على مستوى الدوكيمنت الواحد. الدوكيمنت الواحد ممكن بباراجرافات بواحد سيكريت أو توب سيكريت، أو يعني كل من يعطيه سماحية الوصول ماذا إليه. زين، هاي الأكبر أو يساوي، شوف هسه عندك كلاس اس أكبر أو يساوي الأوبجكت، يعني السماحيات اللي منطينها للسبجكت هي أعلى من الفئة اللي تنتميها الأو، فمن حقه يشوف كل شيء. هسه هنا المانجر، شوف هنا يشوف الجميع بالنسبة للقراءة. بس بهذا المثال هسه اللي على الوايت بورد اللي ظاهر أمامكم، الامبلوي نمبر، الامبلوي العفو سكرت، فئة مالته سكرت، فراح يشوف بس السكرت والأقل من عنده. بس بالنسبة للكتابة العملية راح تصير عكسية. ثانك يو دكتور.
Thank you. This form of defining security level is just used in some special system like military systems. In military, they have predefined levels of employees. For example, we have an example before. We have a colonel, sergeant, I don't know, a soldier. So it's a very well-defined level of users in that system. It's a definition by the system of military has this definition of system. The another way, as you asked, is definition from two persons. First of all, the boss, the manager of for example, you have a project for a company, for this university, and they can define these levels. But it's not very popular in a system like university to have this form of defining roles or defining subjects and objects classification. We will change it a little and go to role-based access control. I will discuss it later. And yes, in this user. And then, for example, the user is confidential. It's the level confidential. It means it's a user whose level is confidential. And then we have the admin of the IT, for example, information technology manager of a company, who can also have can discuss with manager and consult with him to define this level of classes. And when a user changes his role, or for example, as a soldier become a sergeant, it's automatically changed the level from, for example, secret to top secret. Okay? As I said, this form of defining is very limited, so it's not good for simple projects, for applications in organizations which doesn't have such levels defined in their users. It's not very good. So we will change it later. But it's good for some organizations which have a special definition of users like this military. Okay? Then when we define this level, we say that any level of users can read information from their level, and the lower levels. For example, manager is top secret, so the manager can read information here, can read information from top secret, secret, confidential, or unclassified level. But for writing information, if we give access to manager to write information in this level, and as the manager can read information from top secret level, maybe the manager intend to put this information in D3, for example, and then the user can see the information. That's why we don't allow the upper level of users to write in lower level of data. For example, here, if this manager, for example, manager read information from top secret and write this information to D3. If manager has privilege to write information in D3, then we know that this user can read this information. So the information is not no more take top secret, it's confidential. That's why we don't give access to higher level to write information to lower level, because the data may be readable for other users. You can explain if there is a need.
Thank you, Doctor. وأنا ضربت الدكتورة هنا المثال بالمؤسسة العسكرية. كالمثال اللي عندك هو المدير، أو خلينا نقول رأس الدائرة. هذا المدير يقدر يشوف البيانات من الجميع، يعني يقرأ للتوب سيكريت والسيكريت والكونفيدنشال والانكلاسيفايد أو اللي البابليك، يقدر يشوف. بس من يريد يكتب أو يريد يوجه، البن يوجه بس داخل الفئة مالته. ليش؟ لأنه إذا كتب بغير فئة، مثلا أنطت مثال هي من الدي 3، كتب بالدي 3، راح تكون البيانات فقدت السرية مالتها، لأنه حقيقة يعني مثلا هو يريد يوجه له ضابط على فد مسألة ووجه كتب بمستوى الجنود، فش راح تكون فقدت السرية مال المهمة. فهو لازم بالكتابة لازم يكتب بس بالتوب سيكريت. أما بالمعاينة طبعا هو مسؤول دائرة كبيرة، خلينا نقول يقدر يشوف الجميع، بس من يعطي الأوامر الخاصة بس المن يكتبها للتوب سيكريت الفئة مالته. وكذلك بالنسبة للبقية، فمن صارت هي خلينا نقول البيانات بالدي 3، هذا بالدي 3 راح يشوف البيانات لأن كتبت بمجاله، فهذا الشيء ما مسموح به وراح تفقد الأمنية مالتها أو المستوى الفئة مالته. فلذلك هم حتى البيانات طوها مستويات مال الفئات. هسه إن شاء الله راح توضحها الدكتورة يمكن أعتقد بالسلايد القادم.
Thank you. Back to the slides. Attribute values and topics, it means records, rows of the table considered as data objects here. It means that you can put the classification, for example, we say top secret, and not to a whole relation. We can give this classification to just one field. For example, just phone number for an employee is top secret. The other fields are secret or confidential, you can define classification for just some limited rows or fields also. One moment, please. Sorry. Filtering and poly instantiation. It's, I think it's misspelled here. It must be poly. Poly and instantiation. Poly means multiple, and instantiation means value. There's no sound. Is this sound okay now? Okay. What's poly instantiation? It means in database, I mean. In databases, it means that this database is it has values or instantiated to multiple objects or copies. There's some multiple copies of this information, and they have, for example, the same name but in different places. For example, in SQL, in database SQL, we have some such thing as poly-instantiation. It allows the relation to have multiple rows with the same key, the same values, but the security levels are different. We have two same information with different levels of security. If you have, is it okay here now? Is the voice okay? Okay, thank you. And you have picture too? Yes. Thank you. Here, sometimes it's necessary to store two or more records tuples at different classification levels with the same apparent key. It means several tuples, several records, information, rows have the same key but have different values for users at different clearance levels. I can give you an example. Sometimes I have an example, I think, here. Yes, yeah. Look at this. We have employee here, here, and here. And the field, name, salary, job performance, and the security level. Here we have the name Smith, salary. Look, in each object, for example, name of this employee, we say unclassified. The salary is classified, and if some users with secret level have access to this information, the user can see the job performance of this employee as fair. And here we say that employee Brown is classified. It means that the data is classified, or the users of system who have the level of classified can have access and see this Brown. The salary is secret, job performance is good, and here is the record secret. Then we have the same table here, the same information, but it says if someone with classified level of security has access to this information, cannot see the job performance of this record. But if someone has secret level, can see this fair job performance. Or here, if a user is unclassified, cannot see the salary or job performance of this person. And now we can have some other